3, 2, 1. Hi, we're back with the Patriot Podcast, and it's Jailyn.
And it's Blake.
So we decided to do a little experiment of doing a whole school day without our phones, and we are going to talk about the experience and how we felt during it. And
Like a little day in a life.
yeah, we did a little day in a life. So let's just get started with the overall experience. How did you feel?
Personally, I felt like it was very great for me to try. It was very eye-opener for me. I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. I thought I was going to have to go back to Scotty's room and have to get my phone throughout the day. And somehow I completed this challenge, and I'm very proud of myself.
Yeah, honestly, me too. Like, I honestly thought I could do it, and when I was doing it, it was more a struggle than what I thought it was going to be. Like,
Yeah.
it was definitely harder than what I expected. Because honestly, I could go a whole regular day without my phone, but a school day, that was hard. It's just like,
Yeah.
like my mom's like always texting me during school, especially with college and everything. And like when you're in classes and like it's like the end of the class period and you're not doing anything, you always go on
Just
your
wanna,
phone.
like, get your phone and go on social media.
Exactly. And everyone else is just sitting in the class on your phone and you're just sitting there staring at a wall.
I know. So let's start from first period. How did your day go?
Honestly, first period wasn't terrible. Our teacher usually makes us put our phones in the pockets anyway, so it was just the end of the period again. Like, everyone goes and gets their phone, and I'm like, oh, I can't do that. How about you?
My first period was kind of the same. We have to put our phones away, but we took a test and everyone finished early. So like the last like 10, 15 minutes, everyone usually gets their phones and like we just like sit at the chairs and wait till the bell rings. Well, that did not happen for me. I had to sit there while all of my friends, everyone in the class, the teacher was working on something, everyone was doing something, mostly on their phones. I had to sit there and look up at space for 10, 15 minutes by myself. My friends, like, they would talk to me, but, like, we're women, we multitask. So, like,
Yeah.
it wasn't, like, it was so hard. But, again, the last 15 minutes of class. But
Yeah.
it wasn't terrible. Second period, what about you?
Second period was so much harder. I
I
had
can't
study
wait to hear about
hall,
this.
and I usually go to my car during study and like watch TV. So I was like, oh, like it's fine. I'll just do work on my computer or whatever. But I get to my car and I realize I don't have my phone, so I can't connect to my hotspot, which means I could do no work on my computer. So I'm just sitting in my car, literally staring into space, looking around. I had a full-on conversation with myself. Oh, yes. Also,
We took, like, videos.
I took
like,
videos on
vlogs.
my computer because that was the only thing that I could do. So I just took videos on my computer of me, like, talking to myself and, like, how my day was going. So basically, I just recorded a bunch of videos with no sound, and I didn't even know that I can use sound. Are you Anyways, I recorded videos basically saying that I'm struggling and I'm talking to myself in the car, so I had to record a video because then it's like not as awkward than me just like speaking to myself in the car. Also, I just wanted to say like I'm literally going crazy, but this is the hardest part of my day and it is almost over with. So I also don't know what time this period ends, which is probably a problem. I usually check my phone. So I think I'm just going to go in early, just in case. Honestly, that was the hardest time. Oh, I also went back into my study because I didn't even know what time the period ended. So I went back in really early. And then my study teacher was like, oh my God, you're here.
That's
You're
funny.
never here. It's like, yeah, because I'm struggling today. How about you?
My second period, it wasn't terrible. I have math class, so I just put my phone in my bag usually and do my work. So not having my phone wasn't like a difference.
Yeah.
So third period though was kind of rough.
Yeah, third period for me Mine wasn't bad. It was math, so like I just put my phone in my bag, and usually we keep busy all periods, so like third period was fine for me.
Third period for me, we usually go on our phones, like if we're like doing stuff. Like I know it's a bad thing to say, but like, and I honestly, my teacher was very on topic, and like I was very entertained in the conversation he was teaching us yesterday, or on Friday. So like, it was fine that I didn't have my phone, but it was still like I always just like check the time, check like something, or like check my Snap or something.
Yeah, me too.
Lunch though, lunch.
Oh yeah, lunch was definitely hard because I sat with my friend and she was like on her phone. Like we were talking, it's not like we weren't talking, but like she was on her phone, and like I was just like, and we were like talking, and I'd be like, oh, like I'll show you a picture of this person. I'm like, never mind, I can't do that. I don't have my phone. So that was like pretty much the hard thing, but like definitely my morning classes were my hardest throughout the whole entire day.
Honestly, lunch was kind of hard for me because all my friends would go on like their phones, and I would like try to start a conversation and talk to them, and like they would just like talk to me but like stare at their phones, which is terrible in this generation that we do. Like that's all we do is like stare at our phones. And while everyone was on their phones, I was doing my math homework. Yes, my math homework. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was just staring in space, like I had nothing to do. But after lunch, it kind of went downhill because like I just didn't know what to do with myself anymore. So my period after lunch, what did I have? We had TV together, right?
Yes, we had a TV. So that wasn't terrible because me and you were together, and there's a lot of people in that class that we talked to.
Yeah. We vlogged also, so we'll put the videos here.
So, okay, guys, so we're gonna go work in TV or do something.
We'll figure it out.
But honestly, hardest part of the day is over, so I'm feeling pretty good.
I agree with you. The hardest part of the day is over.
I genuinely am excited to get my phone because
2 more
I keep
hours.
like sitting in class.
Someone was texting me and was like
this.
asking me questions, and I saw her at Skylar. Skylar texted me during lunch, and I just saw her outside. She was like, "I've been calling you. Where have you been?" I'm like, "I don't have my phone. I'm sorry."
Yeah, a lot of people like are like they don't know. Like I have 12 text messages on here.
Whatever. Okay.
So yeah.
We'll see you. Bye.
Yeah, we vlogged about
just like half our day already, and
our
like,
day and like how we were going.
Yeah. So my next period was English. When I tell you that was so hard for me, I usually put my phone up, but like for some reason, like I was so tired. Like I don't know why. Like not having my phone today, like made me so like drowsy and like exhausted. My phone like keeps me going throughout the day. I don't know why. Like that's such a bad thing to say.
I had yearbook. It was fine, except I was really talkative because like I have a lot of friends in that class, so like I was always like talking with them or whatever, but I don't talk that much. Usually like I have my phone, we'll go on our phones sometimes, but I was talking a lot, and one of my friends was like, Jailyn, why are you like talking so much? Like we went from conversation to conversation from conversation, and they were just like what? And then my one friend was like, why are you talking so much? And then she was like, she realized she was like, oh my god, you don't have your phone. So I'm like, yeah, like I'm sitting here just wanting some conversations, and you're all like yelling at me that I'm talking too much. Like, leave me alone. But that was like kind of it. Like, but they talked to me. Like, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, that was fine.
Last period, we both had journalism together.
Yeah, which was fun.
There was
fun facts.
So we came into the podcast room. Today is Tuesday, April 30th. And we filmed this on Friday, but we're not talking about it.
No, we did a day without our phone on Friday.
April 26th.
But during journalism, we also came in the podcast room to film it, like the podcast then.
Something happened, we didn't do
so we had to redo it.
Okay, so that Friday, we came into here. Minus we both don't have our phones. So it's just us two, no electronics,
like no way to contact
one to contact. No one was in the library. It was just me and Jailyn, and then all of a sudden a couple kids come in, whatever. Me and Jailyn are not like focusing on them because it's just like we're in the podcast room.
Yeah.
And the podcast the channel thing, it wasn't turning on like to start the whole podcasting or something.
Yeah,
It wasn't turning
starting
on. So Jailyn's like, oh, like go back and ask Scalachi how to fix it, like how to turn it on, or like go get her help. I was like, oh, okay, like nothing's gonna happen, like whatever, we're fine, like you're fine, like you're in here, it's so close, like we're literally 4 doors down.
Yeah.
I walk out, maybe 10 seconds, less than that.
Yeah, it's gotta be
literally,
like you walked out and like the announcement goes off.
And we get an announcement, shelter in place. So I'm sitting right next to this door. Scalachi's room is like 2 doors down. I didn't feel like running to her class, so I just walked into class. I sat there, stared into space while the class was taking a test, and the teacher was staring at me the whole entire time. So embarrassing. Whatever. But
anyways,
that's Jailyn's story.
What I was doing, they call a shelter in place. Meanwhile, like people are like walking in, and
again, no one's here,
and no one shut the door. Like no one closed the door when they called the shelter in place. So I'm just like, hello. And then I'm like looking around, and I'm like, I like yell, like not yell, but like in a louder voice. I'm like, is there a teacher in here? And then they were all like, no, like I don't know. And I'm like,
how many kids was it?
Okay. There was like about 5 in the Zen Den, and then there was 2 working on a computer.
Wow.
And so then I had to close the door and like lock it. And then this other kid helped me out by doing the other door. And then luckily I knew like a freshman that was in here, so I was like sitting with her. But like I didn't have my phone. Like what if there's actually something that happens, and like
again,
I'm just in a glass like room. Like
I mean, at least it was a
like,
shelter in place. Nothing else happened.
Yeah, very true.
Like God forbid. See, that's like the scary thing in the world right now. Like if you don't have your phone in like an emergency, like what is there to do?
Yeah, like you can't help at all. Yeah.
So that was our eventful day.
That was our eventful day. I honestly really enjoyed this experience, honestly. Like,
me too. I'm glad we did it.
I'm happy I did it.
Yeah, because
like,
now we can do it again, I feel like.
I feel like I would be able to do it again, definitely. It was definitely hard, but like...
I recommend people doing it.
It was space away. It was a little break, de-cleanse, kind of.
Yes, I needed to de-cleanse. I feel like if we can do it, others can do it. I know it sounds painful and hard, but really, it wasn't.
Like, it was.
It was, but
like, it's good to...
Now that we did it, we're happy we did it.
Yeah, exactly, which is, like, good.
Well, thank you for listening to our Patriot podcast.
Thanks. Bye, guys.